Hey guys, in this video I wanted to show you how the heat maps are generated as we discussed on the class as well. So as you see, the heat maps are working with colors, and in that sense we have to arrange the data in a table, and also this is going to be represented. So based on the fact that you can use just a simple concentration or simple value, or even a change you can show. So you have a very like, I don't know, thousands of options to represent. So it is totally up to you, but there is one thing you really need to consider. Heat maps are working with two colors, and in that case you have the really low values or the high values, and there is a baseline between them. So it's really important to choose a proper color, because also the same color rules are there, like the red is not going to go proper with the green one, and so on and so on. So what we did on the class as well, that we had an Excel sheet in which you see that female mice were there and male mice were there. As you see, control feed, settle, do not, Coca-Cola, and protein was the one which the food it was. So what you see in the table, this is a change in the insulin level. So if you see a minus values or negative values, these are the ones that, which means that it is going down, right? The positive ones are the ones which were like going up. So what we need to do now is open the Prism. And if you did that one, we need to find the grouped type of graphs. And because we have 3 repetition, we need to click enter 3 replicate values in a side-by-side subcolumns. So then click on create. Now you have an empty sheet, and the only thing you need to do is to copy the data inside this one. So please go back into the Excel sheet and select data regarding the legends as well, and then copy it, go back into the graph bed, select the whole canvas, clicking with the left button here, then paste. After you paste the data, then you need to select which type of graph you want to make. But don't forget to rename the data1 file. Rename the sheet, and I'm going to give you like the insulin change. So I'm going to check which is the best graph for me based on the graph pad. As you see, it tries to give me these super complicated basic summary data interleaved bars, but we don't go for this one. We looking for the heat maps. If you're working in the Windows version, you will see 4 different type of the graph pad heat maps. But if you're working in Mac, you will have plenty of options. But what we need today is the 4th one, or in the Mac, I think this is the very last one, which is the double gradient heat map. And in the plot, you see that you can show us the mean, the median, whatever you want. This time I go with the mean values. And then I click OK. As you see, my graph is really small, so the basic editing steps are required to make the graph more sexy. So first of all, I'm going to change into the landscape mode with the right click, flip to landscape. Then I'm going to change the color of the graph, but also it works to enlarge a bit, right? So I'm going to change the size of the graph with the right click, resize the graph to fill the page, or larger, it's up to you. The reason I go with the larger, because on the class as well, you see that there are some problems if you want to change the font size. So I just go with the larger heat map now. Okay, let's say this could work. Or even with the manual step, you can just change like this. So with the manual one, I think it's even better in that case. Yeah, good. So now let's change the color. Double left click in. And then it will show you the editing surface of the graph with the color mapping. As you see, the smallest value now is green, or baseline is black, while the largest value is red. So that's what I mentioned on the class. Do not use the black ever, because black is not going to help you. Black does not have shades. So please change to white, for example. And now it's up to you which color you choose, but this time I go with a different one compared to the class. So I go with the smallest value with an orange color, while the largest value will be, let's say, this cyan. And let's see how it works. Okay, that's pretty impressive. So now your graph is almost ready. What else is missing are the legends here and here. So I'm going to change the numbers into the row titles with the double left click. And now I need to find the labels here. So if you find the labels, then as you see the row label showing you 1, 2, 3, but we don't want that. We just need the row titles. And also if you go with the column labels, it's A, B, C, but we need to change to the column titles. And click OK. The reason I told you that do not change to the full size of the graph to fill the page, because on the class we observed a problem that the way that you are changing these or these, somehow the program is just, saying, okay, I'm quit. And then you can go back and you need to start the whole editing process again. But if you are using this manual change, this is not going to happen. But take care of that. Take care of the legends. So now it is in bold. I'm going with the unbold version, and also here as well. So this is how basically it looks like. I'm going to show you one more thing. Maybe it will be helpful, because sometimes you can have a border inside, because I know that some of you really have this weird fetish for the borders. So first of all, I'm going to change, and it means that if you click in, and then there is a kind of graph settings. And as you see, this is the cell borders here, which is did not clicked in. So if you click on it, and that would be black, it's really, I don't think so that's a good representation here, right? So what we need to do is to find not that strong cell border. So if you go with the white one, it is much more decent. So this is how the graph pad heat maps are made. So it's up to you, you are using the borders or not. I personally prefer the ones without border, because it is not really necessary to do. I mean, with this one, even you can see so easily what is going on. And yeah, this is how the heat map's made. So good luck with yours.